one of the main reasons we have a consumer advisory panel, which is what we call these things, is to get feedback from people with disabilities about research that ultimately is for people with disabilities. So Dr. Krause and the folks that he's working with really want to get a feel for what kind of stress happens after spinal cord injury or brain injury. Not only what kind of stress, but what specific events happen to you, and how does that create stress for you? So the accessibility at school.
In the classroom itself, my biology class is the hardest. They've done so many things in that biology lab is still not accessible. For one, all the tables in there are bar tables. So even with them bringing me a lower table in, it's like I feel separate from everybody else. And of course, because I definitely can't even consider, I mean, I don't know how someone else will do it, but I won't even consider taking my power chair into that lab. Because I'm already, of course I can't talk the microscope because you're always supposed to handle the microscope with 2 hands. Some of the things that we work with, it requires 2 hands rather than pushing. So it still feel like, I'm just sitting in there and going through the motions, trying to get through the class. Thank God that's not my major, as far as accessibility of the classroom itself. And that's just been a lot too.
It's frustrating.
So not being able to do the curriculum in class.
Exactly.
Your
without having to depend on somebody, and that's the part of going to school, to be more independent. But
sometimes people just pretend like they don't see the chair,
right.
And they actually get in front of you when you're next in the line. And you have to say, excuse me, I'm next, it's my turn. I just don't believe that people act that way. Like they just didn't see you.
So people ignore you when you're in a chair?
Yes, sometimes.
Like they get like right over you all the time. Like, oh my goodness. Like when I used to study, I used to study about a whole lot. Oh man. I've been waiting on a bus for an hour or something. And then the bus get to me, they come to do the look, and the look doesn't go all the way down, or it goes down, I get on there, it doesn't come all the way back up. Like I remember one time I was like halfway off the look. Look was halfway down and it stopped. I'm like, oh my goodness, I said, I tried to get on this bus.
That happened to me like 3 times. I had an incident some years back. Me and my brother wanted to go check out the theater on, I think it's King Street, the dinner the movie.
Oh God.
So you know what time it is. So we caught Telluride down here, okay? You know what I'm saying? I done spent my money on this bus to get down here, find out I can't get in this place, so I have to wait, you know what I'm saying, until the time I gave them to come pick me back up. Because I done called them, could y'all send somebody else down here? Well, we'll try and all that. Then it's like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say nobody. So now I'm like sitting out here just watching people walk by. I could have been in here enjoying the dinner movie, but I can't get into the facility. So
I have a buddy that sent my seat up in the table before my chair was in there. I didn't even notice that it's not handicapped accessible.
But my concern is always if I'm out there at night, I've had 3 very bad experiences with cab drivers. From speeding to an event I went to in Spinal one time, because my mom drove me there. Because my car was acting up, I caught a cab there. And he took me one way there, but the same cab picked me up, and on the way back he took me through some alleys, and he was like, oh, so what did you come here for? And I told him I came to teach a class. Like, well, what you going to teach me? I mean, he was flirting with me on the hard level, and it's night, and I'm like, this isn't where we going? I'm through these dots, and I'm like, Lord. So I called my mom, I was like, yeah, I'm on the way, I'm riding in this cab, the number is, and I gave her the name. But that was like the 3rd incident, that one of the worst, and I feel uncomfortable. And falling out of my manual chair is always concerned with. This one is 2 weeks, I'm wearing a seatbelt. But my manual chair, I don't wear a seatbelt. So, and there was one time I fell, I was pushing the sidewalk uneven, I didn't even know. Usually I'm looking down. That's what people say, I didn't even see you because I'm watching where I'm going. But the sidewalk was uneven, I fell out of my chair. One time at school, and so many people just walked right on by. That's when I was telling you, I was telling everybody, they must have thought I've been laying out catching a suntan or something. But they just walked right on by. And then one time I fell, I got out of my van, but when my ramp comes down right there for some reason, the pavement was uneven. So as soon as I hit that, it flipped me over out of my chair. So this handsome guy in a little red Corvette came and hurried and picked me up, and that was cool, but